Okay, I just wanted to make a quick video to show you kind of how some things change for analysis when you look at a tax, and then there'll be a second one on a subsidy. So if we start here with S1, so the price before the tax, here in green, we've got the area that would have been, that is consumer surplus before the tax. And then in blue, this is producer surplus before the tax. I'm not going to take too much time making those line up. You'll just have to go with me. We implement the tax, and the new quantity supplied is going to, or I'm sorry, the new quantity in the market is going to be at 30 at a price of 4. So then we can analyze very quickly some other impacts. Here in gray, this is going to be the amount of government revenue from the tax. So again, the government's going to collect 2 to 4. Remember, this is the tax wedge. 4 is the price that consumers pay, but 2 is the price that suppliers get. So the tax in this case is $2. We know that it's an indirect tax, and we know it's specific because S1 and S tax are parallel to each other. So each gap here, and here, and here even, those are all gaps of exactly $2. So if we look at, coming back to the revenue would have been 2 times 30. So government revenue here would be 60. Coming back and looking at the situation after the tax, we know price for consumers has gone up. Quantity in the market has fallen from 50 to 30 because of the law of demand. We've moved from this point to this point on the demand curve. And if we go back and reevaluate community surplus, well, consumer surplus has been reduced to this smaller green triangle. When we look at that, what they lost was the top half of this gray box, and then this small green triangle here. This part, the gray box, we don't care as much about because it became part of government revenue, and we assume the government's going to do something worthwhile with it. Likewise, producer surplus shrunk down to this smaller blue triangle, and this part was transferred to the government, but this smaller blue triangle here was lost. So that's why we call those two areas, we call them deadweight loss, shown in red, because they were formerly part of community surplus, but now nobody has them. The gray we don't mind as much. Yes, consumer surplus shrunk, and yes, producer surplus shrunk by these two amounts, but the government benefited in an equal way, so that's all right.